guys, it is Karina from Friendly Pantry. I am gonna jump on here today and talk about some essential tips that stop food allergy kitchen burnout for food allergy moms. And I was almost late because the phone rang right before I went to start this live and I hadn't yet made my coffee. So I was able to make it in time, thank goodness. So I'm gonna have a sip of it. So today, I'm so excited about this topic, you guys, because through the years, I have actually gone through a lot of food lows and a lot of feeling of kitchen burnout and overwhelm. And it's not all the time. It's kind of like it goes through cycles sometimes. So it happens, for a little while, and then it kind of gets better, and then it happens again. The worst ones are when it's happening for a long period of time, when you're feeling just so burnt out and just so tired of cooking and baking and all the things that we do as food allergy moms. So the last time I felt really, really burnt out was definitely when we got our gluten intolerance diagnosis. So we had been living with, we have egg and dairy diagnosis that we had way back when with my first daughter. We got used to that, then she outgrew it. Then my youngest daughter got peanut and tree nut allergies, and we kind of got used to that and went through the cycles as we go. And then I think it's a year and a half ago now that we got the gluten intolerance as well, that the doctor wanted us to stop having gluten. There's a whole other story around that, which I have written about in my blog. So if you're interested in that, you can read about that too and how it relates to her food allergies. I'm not going to get into that now. But anyways, I wanted to just let you know about these 3 tips that are really essential to stop that feeling of overwhelm and burnout. And if you like this topic that I'm teaching today, I do want to let you know that I'm going to be hosting a free masterclass that you need to sign up for, but it's going to go into much more detail about these things and teach you a little bit more. So that is going to be, I haven't actually scheduled it yet, but you can get on the wait list to find out exactly when that's going to happen. You can go to free.friendlypantry.com/masterclass-waitlist. And I will put that in the comments after the video. But it's called, the masterclass is called 3 Ultimate Secrets for Feeding a Food Allergy Family: How to Create Food Allergy Safe, Healthy, and Delicious Meals Without Spending Hours in the Kitchen, Getting Repetitive, or Constantly Stressing. So that is what that's about. And again, you go to free.friendlypantry.com/masterclass-waitlist. And the free replaces the www, just so you know. So, okay, let's get to this. 3 essential tips that stop food allergy kitchen burnout. So as you know, if you're a food allergy mom, you are in the kitchen a lot. And many times we need to make things from scratch for not only our day-to-day dinners and all that, but also all of our celebrations and our get-togethers and birthday parties, all of that. So it can cause a feeling of burnout and overwhelm. But we know that we're going to do this for our kids because it's what we do, right? We keep them safe, we want to keep them healthy, we're going to do what we have to do. But how can we do this, keep them safe and healthy and included, without getting overwhelmed and burnt out ourselves? So the first thing I want to share is to meal plan. And first of all, imagine what it'd be like to only think about dinners once a week or even once a month, instead of every single day. You have everything planned and ready to go, and you're confident you don't need anything from the store. What would you do with all of that extra time that you used to spend stressing about what to make? And would you be able to enjoy your family more? And would they find that you're funner to be around? If you think so, I really want you to try meal planning. And I know that many of you have tried it or even use it regularly, but are you doing it in a way that you can reuse your hard work? I'm really big on this because sometimes people just meal plan kind of every week, and then it's kind of on the back of a receipt or a recipe or something, and then they lose it. You need to keep that work that you've done because you've already done it. Let's keep reusing it. And you don't have to reuse it every single week, but if you keep it in a folder or in a binder, you can actually go back to that another week when you don't have the time to meal plan and reuse that work, which is what I love about meal planning. So if you're not already meal planning, make sure you start with a system that's going to allow you to work once and benefit many, many times. And if you already meal plan, then make sure your system doesn't cause you to get burnout and tired because it's inefficient. A good meal planning system will help you keep going even when it's hard. And don't settle for a system where you plan week by week without reusing your work. So tip number 2, stop the recipe search. And I know what you're thinking. I hear you. If you don't ever search for new recipes, you're thinking, how am I going to survive the food boredom? And I know what you're saying, but there are ways to decrease this task substantially so you're saving time without sacrificing variety. So imagine that you always had a safe and delicious recipe at your fingertips. No matter what day of the week it was, you have something that you can easily whip up. You don't need to spend your precious weekend hours looking up new recipes or desperately searching Pinterest or Google for that last minute thing that you need to make. This is actually possible. What you need to do is start grouping your recipes and reusing them in a strategic way so that you always have something easy and delicious to make. And not only that, but you can save a whole long weekend per year just by getting rid of the constant recipe search. And I know it takes a little bit of time to organize your recipes this way, but if there's one thing I know, it's that food allergy moms are not afraid of a little bit of work, especially if they know it's going to pay off in the long run. So it's important, though, that our work is efficient and it will benefit us so that we don't get burnt out. And tip number 3 is get rid of the label reading. And come on now, I know that food allergy moms are label reading ninjas and that it's required so that we make sure we're not feeding our kids their allergens. But nobody can argue that it's not time consuming and even overwhelming at times. For example, what happens when we want to try something new and every single thing seems to have our little one's allergen in it? It's just really, really frustrating. So I know there's no way around reading labels when you want to make a pre-made product for your kids, but what if you weren't actually shopping for pre-made products? How about cooking with whole, unprocessed food that don't even require a label or have no more than one thing on the list? You can do this by actually staying in the produce and fresh meat department. Imagine how freeing it would be to pick up every single thing in the produce department and know that you could make it into a delicious meal without even thinking about what's in it. Not only that, but cooking with whole foods are way less expensive, healthier, and can be even more fresh and delicious than the pre-made allergy-friendly meals. So, I know that's a bit of a mind shift to start thinking and cooking in this way, but I encourage you to just start thinking about it a little bit more and how you could incorporate this into your life a bit. So spend some time in the produce department and discover all the herbs and the flavorings and look at those produce things that you've actually never tried before. I mean, what could you do with all of those different things? Once you open your mind, you can find that there's so much variety and deliciousness there. So I challenge you to give that a shot. So there you have it. Those are the 3 things that stop kitchen burnout. And I would love to know which one was most inspiring or would you love to try the most? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you thought about those tips and if you will be trying them. And again, if you want to dive deeper into this topic, I definitely have a free masterclass that's coming up. It's going to be sort of beginning of May, and you just need to register at free.friendlypantry.com/masterclass-waitlist. And if you sign up there, you will be the first to find out all about that new class. So I'm so glad you joined me today. I will be posting this into my Facebook page, so you can rewatch it if you want to. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you next Thursday morning as well. Bye for now.